Now, I went on Bill Maher the other day and I had a conversation about the mainstream media, in particular, the differences between MSNBC and Fox News. My perspective is that all mainstream media outlets are so beholden to corporate and commercial interests that they will not give you the type of information you need to make valid decisions about the way that systemic power operates. That's my position. So I don't think Fox News is the answer. I don't think MSNBC News is the answer. But the person that I was on the show with, John Heilemann, is an MSNBC anchor, and he was obviously advocating for MSNBC. Just to be clear, he's a human being, and I love and respect all human beings. But what I want to say is that I truly believe that MSNBC are also a corporate media outlet, have incredible biases and prejudices that relate to their funding, their political biases, and some important distinctions around liberal establishment media that I think are worth analysing. So let's have a little look at the appearance on Bill Maher, and then we'll talk about why I think MSNBC, if they're better than Fox News at all, aren't better enough.
John, I've not known you long, but I love you already. But I have to say that it's disingenuous to claim that the biases that are exhibited on Fox News are any different from the biases exhibited on MSNBC. It's difficult to suggest that these corporations operate as anything other than mouthpieces for their affiliate owners in BlackRock and Vanguard. And unless
I'd call that a light smattering of applause at the mention of the name BlackRock and Vanguard, and indeed, two of the biggest investors in MSNBC are BlackRock and Vanguard. We'll unpack that a little more in a minute.
I've been on that MSNBC, mate. It was propagandist nutcrackery on there. I went on a show called Morning Joe. It was absurd the way they carried on.
Good Morning Joe.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It wasn't morning. There was no one called Joe there. No one could concentrate. They didn't understand the basic tenets of journalism. No one was willing to stick up for genuine American heroes like Edward Snowden. No one was willing to talk about Julian Assange and what he's suffered trying to bring real journalism to the American people.
Actually, the motivation of this video isn't aren't I good? The motivation is there's a lot of things that I wish I'd been able to say that I didn't say because I was on the television and I couldn't concentrate properly. Here are some facts about MSNBC that are, in my view, truly startling and at very least cause for a genuine analysis about the role of the media in our culture. And when we look at the pandemic, and I don't want to dwell there because I think it's revealed enough to us, the stuff they said about unvaccinated people, the stuff they said about mask mandates, the stuff they said about vaccinations, all of it subsequently looks like it was worthy of a lot more conversation, and it's difficult to imagine that MSNBC's financial relationship with, for example, Pfizer did not influence their reporting on, for example, vaccines. Maybe I'm being incredibly cynical. Let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments if you think that MSNBC's relationship with Pfizer affects the way they talk about Pfizer. Or maybe that financial relationship with Pfizer doesn't affect the way that they talk about Pfizer. So I'm essentially saying that the vanity of small differences has become this celebrated battlefield where everyone's willing to shout and scream, oh, we would never do that on MSNBC. But look at what you do on MSNBC. I believe that we deserve an open media. That's why I'm working in these spaces in order to participate in open conversations, because guess what? I might be wrong about stuff. You know things I don't know. I don't want a media that talks down to me, and I know you don't either. I don't want a media that's owned and co-opted by financial interests to such a degree that it's never going to tell you the truth because it simply can't.